The former central bank governor Delisle Worrell wants back his job. That's our top story in our Barbados Today evening news update for Friday, December the 1st. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Former central bank governor Dr. Delisle Worrell says he wants back his job. In an interview with Barbados Today this morning, Dr. Worrell said he has unfinished business there in seeing his all-inclusive management initiative through to the end and bearing more fruit.
You know, if I am asked to, I will be happy. I'd be happy to do that. But by the same token, as I say, I am transitioning to a new phase of my life. So if that opportunity does not present itself, then there is much that I need to do, and as I say, much of it beyond Barbados.
However, Dr. Worrell declined to specify why he was fired by Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair in late February, only noting that the minister's action was unlawful and the matter was still before the law courts, even though an injunction to keep him in office was thrown out by the court. The Ministry of Education is refusing to comment on a report that a Luther Thorne Primary School girl was allegedly beaten with a cocou stick as a form of discipline at that Wilde St. Michael institution. Barbados Today understands that a parent officially complained to Senior Education Officer Christina Morris that her Class 2 daughter had been flogged with a cocou stick by a teacher, allegedly resulting in several bruises to her body. Now, it's also understood that the parent was allegedly told to let the matter go and monitor it. Barbados Today has been reliably informed that the parent is upset at what she says is the attitude of the school principal, Marcia Best, regarding the mother's insistence in seeking to get to the bottom of the issue. When contacted today, Best said she was unaware of anyone being beaten with a cocou stick at Luther Thorne. Director of the Child Care Board, Joan Crawford, was unavailable for comment. Minister of Culture Stephen Lashley says Barbadian international superstar Rihanna will become the centerpiece of government's cultural industries initiative. Lashley was speaking to reporters last night, minutes after Rihanna's hometown, Westbury New Road, was renamed Rihanna Drive and her cultural ambassadorship was formalized during the same ceremony.
I think it's a fantastic day. I think honoring Rihanna in two ways, by renaming this road after her and also formalizing her cultural ambassadorship. It's really a vote of confidence in her and also speaks phenomenally in terms of how Barbadians regard Rihanna. And it's been an honor, certainly for the government, to be able to make this part of what we want to do in terms of our culture industry's focus. We want to bring Rihanna to the center of that. And also, not only Rihanna, because we have named other ambassadors as well. We want to be able to start to move Barbadians along the pathway where they believe that the culture industries can be a key part of the transformation of our economy, and Rihanna is an excellent example of that.
Meanwhile, some of this country's most celebrated entertainers are over the moon at the honor bestowed on Rihanna. Among them are Anthony Gabby Carter, Red Plastic Bag, and Ras Eiley, who all attended the renaming ceremony last night.
I don't know if I got a bigger, beautiful feeling in my heart anytime. This is it. This is the beginning of many things to come. And she's the one that should be first because she has done more than any of us as entertainers to promote Barbados. And, I just love this girl. I mean, like, she gave me my Living Legend Award. And her dad is my very close buddy. And I just love everything about Rihanna. I like her singing, I like her attitude, I like the way how she represents Barbados. I just love everything.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing to do for a young lady who has done so much for Barbados. We are truly proud of this young lady. She has done an excellent job all across the world, a real example to follow, and it's great that Barbados could do something like this for her. We are truly proud.
For me, as an entertainer, it's very, good to see that. I mean, Rihanna has been basically recognized in the area which we live in, and what really touched me the most is that you can now use this area and broaden the tourism scope in the sense of using the area where Rihanna come from, like how they do it in North America and Europe, for all of these mega stars.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. 6 Caribbean countries today joined Cuba in being certified by the World Health Organization as having eliminated mother-to-child transmission of HIV and syphilis. Addressing a World AIDS Day forum in St. Kitts and Nevis this morning, Prime Minister Timothy Harris identified Anguilla, Antigua and Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Montserrat and his country. Harris also said that even though there are hundreds still living with HIV in his country, their prospects are much better than in bygone days.
There are, I am advised, an estimated 310 people living with HIV in our region. And at present, I'm told we have just under 300 persons living with HIV/AIDS in St. Kitts and Nevis. Their prospects are far different from what would have been in a bygone era when an HIV diagnosis meant certain death, or even during the period when HIV medicines were so expensive that only a few individuals had access to them. From 2000 to 2016, the number of people on treatment in our region more than doubled. In fact, we crossed a boundary in 2016 when, for the first time, more than half of all people living with HIV in the Caribbean were accessing antiretroviral therapy.
And the big story on the international scene now, former U.S. National Security Advisor Michael Flynn pleaded guilty today to lying to the FBI about contacts with Russia's ambassador. More from Reuters.
He was charged with making false statements about his contacts with Russia's ambassador to the U.S. Those contacts allegedly involved conversations about U.S. sanctions against Russia and a vote at the United Nations Security Council. In a statement, the retired Army Lieutenant General said his decision to plead guilty was made in the best interest of his family and of the country. He's the second former Trump aide to be charged in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of Russian meddling in the 2016 U.S. election and potential collusion by Trump's campaign. The White House said in a statement, quote, "Nothing about the guilty plea or the charge implicates anyone other than Mr. Flynn." Prosecutors say a sentencing hearing for Flynn is expected to be held in about 3 months.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.